A few years ago I had a strange series of break-ins that started when my apartment complex hired an out-of-town crew to do exterior painting. They were a rough-looking bunch that regularly, but mildly, catcalled stared at me when I would leave come home and have to walk past them. The complex left a note that they would be power washing then painting the balcony, so everything on it had to be moved inside. I had a cat at the time and lived on the second story, so we would leave the slider part way open so he could come and go. His box was out on the balcony. Totally spaced that we would have people on our balcony and left the slider open. Came home that day before my roommate do find a very personal item of mine that was kept in my underwear drawer propped up on the ledge of our fish tank, which was about the first thing you saw when you walked through the front door. So there it is, staring at me in the most unlikely of places. My first thought, roommate was playing a really weird and highly inappropriate joke on me. Once that checked out, panic starts setting in, but I don't notice anything else out of place, and there was also cash and a small amount of pot where this item was kept, both of those things we undisturbed. My thought process was that there was no way someone would break in, go through my drawers, not take anything but put my toy on display. So I put the toy away and let it go until the next day when I got home from work. There is a small two-tiered wooden end table, looked old, like from a thrift store, set up outside my door with the following items: fertility god statue, still burning incense, used but not still burning candles, crystals, rocks, and a plant. I immediately start going door to door to ask my neighbors if they did it or may have seen someone putting it up. No one saw anything. I then call anyone I knew who might do such a thing as a prank to let them know I'd be calling the police and having the items fingerprinted. So the jig was up, but they all gave me the same response, that not only was it not them, but to call the police immediately. I wait in my car for my roommate to get home. He's a Texan that is always packing and very protective, like a brother to me, and go inside to scope things out and wait for the police, who wouldn't be there for about an hour. The first thing I noticed was there were two small frames along my windowsill that the pictures had been removed from, one of me and my son, one of me and my best friend. I go to my bedroom. The toy from the previous day was on my bed. At this point, if it were a movie, you'd be yelling at me to get the hell out of there and never return. But strangely, when you are in this situation, it all seems so surreal. You're in your own house, surrounded by your familiar things, and you just don't feel a sense of immediate danger. You just keep thinking that there has to be some normal explanation. Someone's gonna fess up that they are messing with you. The cops come, take prints, take one look at the shrine, and tell me I should be very concerned and probably consider moving. My roommate understood of course, so I made arrangements to move over the next couple days. Nothing in those next couple days happens, except for some time during the evening, after the cop left, but before we could do it, the shrine was taken down. Then reappeared the next day, while we were at work. It was then immediately removed by the roommate before I got home. Moving day and I'm taking apart my bed. I move the mattress, and in between the mattress and box spring, I find a camera, the old school film kind, that didn't belong to me or anyone I know, a couple other picture frames that had been taken apart and pictures removed. One of which was a collage of me and my friend, only the sexier pics of us had been removed. I had the police come back out to take pictures and take the camera for potential evidence. I specifically asked to never be alerted to what was on the film, if developed, unless I absolutely had to be, and I never heard anything back from them. No idea what, if anything, was on the film, but it still creeps me out to this day. I have a very light dating history, not to mention I live with a man, and am close with my son's big weightlifter father who comes by every couple days. I honestly don't believe it was anyone I know. The cops were pretty certain it was someone on the painting crew, as they had access, and it started the day